Muskrat, can't go light, doing the town and doing it right. I'm a loadoo.
Muskrat Sally, Muskrat Sam.
Yeah. Do the jitterbug in a muskrat ham.
Oh. Who made the St. Patrick's Day cake? It's really good.
Actually, this is leftover birthday cake. Danny's got a birthday today.
Danny Boy?
Danny Boy, it's his birthday.
Danny, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Great cake.
Huh? Yeah. Hey.
Oh,
Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must abide. Wow.
yeah.
You are a regular Victor Borg.
Oh, thank you too. Thank you, Ringo.
Thank you, cake.
Yeah, this cake is. You know, I think I like green cake with Spam.
I think green cake goes great with jam.
You'd best not eat that with your knife.
Well, you best not share that with your wife.
'Tis true from what you say to me. My wife's allergic, you can see. Her skin grows bumps when cake goes in. She tries to wash it down with gin.
I'm sure she tells you this untruth. About the gin, she means vermouth. I've seen your cabinet full of boozle, with one big gap from where she choozle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I love Faulkner.
Oh, that's Shakespeare, Steve.
I know, Dave. I'm not an idiot, okay? I'm just saying I love Peter Faulkner. Columbo was such a great show.
Y'all get no argument from me.
Oh!
Hello and welcome to this week's very special Chamber of Comedy's We've Been Closed for a Year and St. Patrick's Day special Week in Review Update Special. I'm Dave McHanwright.
And I'm Steve McBurnett. And this week's update is brought to you by Maine Repertory Theater and Sally O'Houlihan's Grilled Cheese Toaster Bread. When you want to make a grilled cheese sandwich, but you only have a minute and a toaster, try Sally O'Houlihan's Grilled Cheese Toaster Bread. Cheese infused in the center of a thick slice of bread. And when you toast it, it tastes okay. Dave?
I'm hungry already.
Yum.
As the saying goes, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb.
Meow.
And the beginning of this March was certainly no exception. However, climatologists, zoologists, and a pale farmer, all of whom have formed the organization known as CLEM, tell us plans for the month welcoming spring, instead of departing like the much-anticipated cute and cuddly little lamb, will instead exit stage right like a fisher cat. Very unsettling to the eyes and screeching uncontrollably like a toddler with an impacted tooth.
Isn't that the same effect when a woman sees you in a Speedo?
That is correct. Additionally, according to Clem, near summer's end we can expect the month of August to come in like the shy marbled salamander and go out like the hyperactive but ever lovable blue-footed booby. What is it, Steve? Oh, booby. Yeah, I said booby, Steve.
Hey, you show me a booby that's not lovable, Dave, and I'll show you a hat that's not pastel. I wonder why they call themselves Clem.
I'm guessing it's the name of the pale farmer that owns the barn where the three of them meet.
Well, let's all hope so, Dave. Coming up, St. Patrick's Day humor after this word from the Shamrock Shack. Move over, medicinal marijuana. There's some lucky clover looking to be smoked.
60 seconds. Thank you, 60.
Dave, you seem to be in some sort of pain. Is everything okay?
Oh, I was in the park with Carol this weekend,
Yeah.
and we were on our favorite seesaw.
Oh, right.
And Carol was attacked by this family of squirrels.
Rabbit?
No, squirrels.
Oh.
So she jumps off, and I goes flying down and end in a slam on the ground, and I think I bruised my sacrum.
Ouch.
Yeah, I tell you, it's not the sort of thing you can just put a cast on.
I hear you. And if you did, I certainly want to sign that cast.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't ask you to sign that.
Good. I mean, we're close, but I gotta draw the line somewhere.
Steve, I wouldn't give you a pen to draw the line, so don't worry about it.
Good. Just so we're straight on that. So, has it caused any problems in the boudoir?
What?
You know. Has it thrown a wrench in the romance?
My injured sacrum? Uh-huh. Oh. Steve. You're thinking of my scrotum. Thank you, 10 seconds.
Oh, I would like to go on record as stating that I rarely think of Dave's scrotum.
And welcome back. We were planning to pepper you with a plethora of properly profound, inappropriate puns and jokes in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. But as fellow Scots, we'd hate to hurt the feelings of any of our Irish lads and lasses.
Woof.
Not to mention our new dour boss warned us that if we wanted to keep our jobs, we won't tell any St. Patrick's Day jokes because they're culturally inappropriate.
But she never said we couldn't tell you the punchlines.
So now we present you with our favorite punchlines from our treasure trove of St. Patrick's Day jokes. Steve?
Dave? That explains why she goes by the name Patio Furniture.
And after Wednesday, the entire water polo team started calling him Phil McCavity.
She responded, "Oh, so your name is Pat McGroin."
Hey, if you brought the tacos, I've got some pot of gold.
And finally, "I'm sorry, I thought you said Aaron go braless."
That one might have hurt us.
Yeah.
And now let's check in with Handyman's Corner with our own Steve Burnett.
Thanks, Dave.
Our viewer Terry from Yellow Streams asks, how do you fix a leaky toilet?
Great question, Terry. I phone a plumber. Thanks for calling.
And that's this week's Handyman Corner, brought to you by Helen Mahoney's Pastel Hammer Handles. Soothing colored hammer handles that won't splinter and calm your nerves.
This week marks a full year since we were forced to close our main repertory theater doors due to the COVID pandemic. Now we beg your indulgence as we explain some of our history and how we got where we are now.
Back in the spring of 2008, Steve and I, along with our friend John from Chicago and a handful of locals, created the Legacy Theater Company. And we produced our shows out of Garland Auditorium on the campus of Thornton Academy in Saco, Maine.
We soon discovered producing a year-round season at the already busy Garland was not feasible. We loved being there and they loved having us, but at that time we really wanted a year-round home.
So John went back to Chicago, and we agreed someday we'd find our own space. We also happened to raise over 2 tons of food for the local food pantry with our United We Weigh food-raising campaign we held during that debut season.
A year became 2, 2 became 4, and we all got busy with other projects.
But through it all, Steve and I stayed in touch, sometimes with a thought on a performance venue, or a brilliant idea.
Or simply just sending each other a Precious Moments figurine, the latest in men's cologne, or a tear-jerking greeting card.
I never got anything.
Then in 2018, 10 years after Legacy, and having just moved back from Florida, I contacted Dave.
And we decided on a space in downtown Biddeford. And along with our general manager, Christine Madden, we opened our doors in October of 2018, giving Biddeford its first professional theater company.
The plan was to offer improv shows, original sketch comedy, murder mysteries, plays, trivia nights, benefit performances, a school for improv, and more.
And that's just what we did. Things were clicking along quite well. Audiences were growing. The word was getting out that Biddeford had this very cool place to go to laugh and feel like a part of a larger extended family.
We were headed somewhere very special, and we also happened to raise over 1 ton of food for our local food banks again.
Then COVID reared its ugly head, and by state mandate, we closed our doors in the middle of March 2020. And in August, with no end in sight, we moved out amid mounting rent and utility cost demands.
And now our stuff is sitting in storage, but we continue looking for a new place to call home when we can return, and we do plan to return, hopefully in the fall, if not sooner.
As we continue our search, if you have the means by which to help us with our continuing monthly expenses, that would be great.
As you know, I am no mathematician, Dave, but my figures, if everyone watching us could send Maine Rep a check for $10, we could see contributions up to $20. And that would be wonderful. But please, come on, we are a theater company, so only help us after you've helped other people whose needs are much greater than us.
And for your generous efforts, Steve and I will send you a short thank you on one of these Post-it notes.
That's right, Dave. We will even autograph this thank you note, am I right?
Well, yes, obviously, Steve, we'd sign the thank you note, so yes, we'll be autographing.
We'll even take care of the postage and handling.
That's right. And so while the future might be cloudy, it's still also quite bright.
You could say it's partly cloudy, Dave, with a chance of sunshine.
You could say it's partly sunny with clouds coming in, Steve.
I'm certainly no meteorologist, Dave, but the options are endless.
At this time, we'd like to thank the following people who have helped Maine Rep and the Chamber of Comedy from the start by volunteering in some capacity behind the scenes along the way. Christine and Patrick Madden, Karen Trask and Dan Jackson, Lindsay Armstrong, Anna Pellerin, Christine Leach, Abby Worthing, Brandon Johnson, and Sarah Burnett.
Carol Hanwright, Gina Lewis, Harry Chamberlain, Steve Minnick from WMTW, Bob Letellier, Woody Leland, Brent Ascari, Emily Frisbee, Laura Hunt, Ian Hoyt, and Isaac Burnett.
And our current Chamber of Comedy cast: Bob LeBlanc, Dennis Hunt, Molly McGill, and Joe Swenson.
Nate Green, Marie Stewart Harmon, Tuck Tucker, Samuel Kirkendall,
Mary Boucher, Amanda Eaton, Andrew Danjo White, Steve Corning.
And I'm no sentimental fool, but I would like to offer a very special, personal thank you to my buddy Dave here, without whom I would look very silly talking to an empty chair. Words cannot properly convey how I feel about you and the incredible work you've done. So I will sing it instead. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down,
Steve.
never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna let you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna...
Thank you, Steve. But through all of this, what we've learned is it wasn't the building that made Maine Rep and the Chamber so special, though it did help on rainy nights.
It was the people, those we just mentioned, and you, our mostly attractive, very loyal audience. It was you and your kindness that made us want to get on that stage every weekend and do our best to make you laugh, even when some of us had broken legs, bleeding gums, or a ruptured scrotum.
Sacrum.
Or both.
So that's our story. We can't tell you how much we're looking forward to getting back to the business of live buffoonery and seeing all of you again.
Especially seeing those of you again for the very first time.
And that's this week's special Chamber of Comedy St. Patrick's Day. We've been closed for a year. We can review updates special. If you wish for these updates to continue, then please share with others and like us on Facebook. Until next week, I plan to remain Dave McHanwright.
And I could only be Steve McBurnett. Remember, when news breaks out, so do we.
Thank you. And good night. Well, that went well, I thought.
Yeah, Dave, in celebration, or I don't know, I guess in honor of our 1-year anniversary. Anyway, I got you a present.
Just again with the presents.
Yeah,
Steve.
I know.
didn't
You don't
get-
need to say it. I would have to check your temperature if you ever thought enough to get me anything. So just.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, I hope you like this.
It's a pair of plastic mittens, Steve.
Transparent, reversible, and ambidextrous, and dare I say, quite the fashion statement. It's some new line. It's called Fuel Mitten. Mitten by Fuel.
Fuel mittens, Steve. They're fuel mittens. Thank you. I hope you didn't pay for these.
Now, you know it is rude to ask the gift giver how much they paid for a present. Well, I guess you wouldn't know that because you never. But
Well, hey, I got you that summer sausage for Christmas.
Yes, you did. Yum. Summer sausage. 5 months past the expiration date, but that's okay. All those preservatives packed in there. I'm sure it'll be years before it goes completely green.
Steve, you do know these are free. They're fuel. They're on the.
Come again?
They're free if you get them in a box on the gas pump, so you don't get gasoline on your hands when you're. But that's where you got them, right? You bought them from that guy in the van again, didn't you?
If you don't like the mittens, just say so.